Oh, it's Jonathan here, DJ Puff the Third. I'm over the allotment again. We've had about 3 days of sunlight, and then we had another day of sun and then cloud, and then we got sun and cloud again, but at least we've had some kind of light. The ground here is still not dry, but then again it's not flooded. The water has gone down, and the water's probably about a foot or so down now, so it's sitting on the clay basically, or just on the surface of the clay. Finally planted one of them trees. I put the plum in, so it's all a bit snoozy at the moment. Before we do that, we'll have a look at these again. This Ace of Palmatum is still alive. We've got this U on the corner, and it's turned out to be a male, I think, because it's got all the pollen on it. It's only small, but I'm trying to train it to keep going up more than out, but I have to keep clipping it so that it splits, gets denser as it goes up, so it's just a work in progress. But I don't really want it to get any wider, I just want it to go up. Picea conica glaucus doing alright. I've been breaking up some of this chalk and spreading it here and there. We've got this red love apple, George's red, tickled pink, whatever you want to call it. Remember, this was literally arching over, and I had to use the recycle bin and a frame to literally keep it upright, so I've cut it back quite a bit. In fact, that's probably going to have to be cut off, but it should be a bit sturdier shape now when it starts growing again. I've just put this tree in and sod's law, I dug the hole and there's a red ant's nest there. It's always the same, wherever you choose to plant something, there's always something there, isn't there? Red ants. So I tried to clean out as many as I could as possible, and I've just turned the plug over, completely destroyed it. Hopefully they'll move somewhere else. But this is the plum, so next it's just the cooking apple, and then after that, that is it. I don't think I'll be putting any more trees in. Plum, Avalon, sweet, tangy and delicious. Big fat pink plums, and you can see that it was just starting to break out into blossom, so I had to get it in the ground immediately. I was at Morden Hall Park the other day, and they were selling plum trees, and some of them were Mirabelle, and I was looking at the wood and the weight, the colour of it, and the look, you know, and it's pretty much confirmed that these trees coming up, these plums, the original one that came from the Annerley Ruined Sports Centre, is Mirabelle. It's a Mirabelle plum. So this is another one that came up. It's out of the way. I've cut an edge there, and I've skimmed all the ivy and the crap off of it. I need to carry on later. I need to clear this little area out in a rectangle and try and do something with it, because I need some kind of dirt somewhere. But yeah, I'll be leaving this here, so that'll be more yellow plums. Another random oak tree. The Great North Wood propagates still. Same trees, same acorns, just squirrels burying them. So this is part of the Great North Wood in its new form, and there is a fragment of the Great North Wood at the back of the pumping station. The plum, I cut as much as I can get off this Victoria plum, literally, apart from 1, 2, 3, because I couldn't reach them. I've got to tidy that blackberry up, cut some of this out, try and train some of it up. Last year again I clipped this oak, just trying to keep a fan shape, maybe over the years lift it. Black currants, red currants, white currant, josterberry, more mirabelle that came up randomly from the ground, whether it was roots or plum stones, I don't know, but these won't be getting any bigger. I'm keeping these localised, but these will all be breaking into bloom soon. Plum blossom. The pear done very well last year, the best I've ever had on this plum. I had about 12 fruits on it. And there was so much weight on here it literally tipped, but as you can see I've left it. It's basically layered itself, hedge layer almost. See if it does it again, puts fruit on. Be nice to have the same again this year on that Bure Hardy pear. But this is the second biggest tree that I've planted now, after the snakebark maple at the tram stop at Addiscombe. This is at least 18 foot tall, and that will all be breaking out into blossom soon. Oh. The Discovery apple is getting on now. I planted it in 1998. I might actually paint the trunk white at the bottom to protect it from sun scorch next winter, not this winter, because one year it did actually suffer from sun scorch, probably about 8 or 10 years ago, and half of the tree was really struggling, but managed to recover it. It fruited quite well, and it has been cut back a bit. Max took some grafts off it, I think. Whether they come to anything, I don't know. Got this white currant. I really need to take all the grass away from the base of that white currant. Got this pine. I'm hoping it doesn't turn out to be a massive fuck off pine, but it could end up one. Oh well. If it ends up a bloody stone pine, what can you do? Hopefully I'll get away with it, or civilization will be such it will be overlooked. But it could end up a big tree. I might have to start clipping bits off of it. I've got this apple here. It didn't do nothing last year. Apple Amanda, good for cider apparently. Again, this is going to take some time, some years to come to anything. There was some daffodils here, Carlton, about 5 or 6 buds. I picked them. I'm going to give them to Linda, so when they open. Oak, basically pollarded. I've literally cut all these oaks again, limiting them to a certain height, tidying them up. They just come up, the squirrels, they come up. Another Mirabelle plum. Yeah, Mirabelle confirmed now. And again, that is going to be left and will probably end up as big as this eventually. Give it 20 years. It's basically a fruit forest. Gooseberry, it doesn't really come to anything. When they're good, it's a good year. You'll get something about that big. You'll get a taste of gooseberry, but it won't be much. As you can see, I'll put another Picea conica glauca here because one died and I replaced it basically. Oh, all this dead wood on the dog daisy needs to be cut back. The blackberry was cut back completely, pretty much. I could probably take some more off here. Apple L-Star, as you can see, it's starting to throw up some upright growths now, and when you get apples on it, it bends it over. And the same this side, the more fruit it has, it bends it and it becomes sort of a cordon, a two-way cordon. Who knows, sometime in the future it may get a frame. Another oak tree. Not sure whether I'll dig it up or not. I may well dig it up at some point. There's nothing to stop me digging this oak at the back up and moving it to the Stroud estate and adding it to all the ones there. Like, well, I'll put that sweet chestnut. I'll dig it up. I don't know if I'll be able to do it this year, but I may consider digging that up and moving it to Bywood. And it's the same. Well, I think this one might be a bit too big now. Yeah, I think this is a bit too big now. So this is going to be like the other ones, just part of the fruit forest, but this is the forest. This is literally the forest. This is why I can't really have a bonfire here, because if I do have a bonfire here, it's just going to set light to this tree, and it'll probably set light to that apple tree over there. I'll have to burn it manually very slowly, reduce the size of it, and then what's left, maybe set light to what's left. But yeah, I think that's probably too big for me to dig up now. So it's just a case of doing what I've done with the others, limit the size of it. Look at the size of this anthill. It's been there for years and years and years. It's hard to tell really, but it's absolutely massive. It's got to be almost 2 foot high, or a foot and a half. I suppose it's part of the ecosystem here. Again, all this needs reducing, tidying up. We've got raspberries in the corner, they came from Long Lane Wood. I just wish I could get my health back so I can properly blitz it. That's pretty much it. Like I said, I've got to clear all the crap from around that white currant. But yeah, basically it's just a fruit forest. I need to bring the tiller, my wolf tiller, down, and I need to go through these mini ditches. So there's one here and one here, and then I can go along the length of this path and back up, and then it goes around the pear tree. It literally goes around the pear tree, so we've got a circular feature. It connects and goes up. And whether I'll start doing anything here. It's good to have little ditches, drainage ditches, and when there's high parts, maybe there's swales, I don't know, but it never done the discovery apple any harm being on top of a mound. But I think I'm going to end it here now, just going over the trees, to be honest. Shame I lost the middle of this. And I think that is about it. Cue helicopter.